Hey, it's me, Uncle E, America's favorite uncle. America hasn't quite got the memo yet, but one day they will. And if you value faith, if you value family, if you value marriage, then continue to watch this video because I hope to say something that might be of value to you, and you. Yes, even you. What's going on, everybody? One of the most recent videos, I was introducing myself and I was telling you about my origin story. I was telling you about the traumatic issues when I was 5 years old that I believe developed me to be the man that I am today, the man that is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, emphatically, passionately serious. I'm a serious advocate for family and promoting marriage and helping people win in marriage and family. That origin story when I was 5 got me to the point where I am today. But it took a lot of soul work for me to heal from my trauma and my issues in order to be the voice that I am today. You know, when I was 5 years old and that situation happened to me, I didn't go to therapy. I didn't get any type of counseling. The people that were responsible with me just assumed that that was something tough to happen to me, just like there's something tough that happens to everybody, and it would just work itself out, and it didn't. And the internal issues that I had just got worse as I got older. Eventually, I did get the counseling I needed. But I'm coming back with this follow-up video because if there's childhood trauma that you're dealing with, I want to encourage you, one, get therapy. But in addition to that, do you know what really helped me heal? Like Hamilton, I wrote my way out. If you don't know by now, I'm a spoken word artist and an author. And I took advantage of my passion for writing. And I wrote several pieces to help me confront and face the demons in my past so that I can continue to move forward in the present and future. Now, you don't have to be a spoken word artist. You don't have to be a gifted writer. But I would encourage anyone, journal. Because what happens is when you start writing or typing how you really authentically feel based on what has happened in your past, you're starting to confront it, face it, deal with it, and it doesn't have the same control of you. If there's something in your past that you can't talk about without crying, it's probably necessary for you to get the professional help, but start writing about it. Even when it's painful, even when it's uncomfortable, you write about it and you write about it until it's no longer painful and uncomfortable anymore. All right, so that's my recommendation to you, and I'm going to share this piece. Now, I want you to know if I was trying to impress you or wow you or daze you or amaze you, this is not the piece I would share. This is not my best wordplay. This is not my most passionate piece. This is not something that I would showcase if I were on a stage. I very rarely present this piece to the public, but I'm sharing this in this intimate space of YouTube because I'm hoping that it might encourage and inspire someone who has had a similar journey as me, and I'm hoping that it might encourage you, even if our journeys are very different, but you've dealt with some type of childhood trauma or some type of trauma in your past. Maybe you're dealing with trauma now. It helps in the healing process to write things out. Okay, so let me share this piece. Abysmal Yonder. I remember the day my mother died. I did not cry. I sighed. There was no bitterness, no pride. It was probably the first time I realized my soul was paralyzed from being sucked into this dismal abyss. If anybody asks you where I'm going, soon. You said we were going on a special trip, and while we didn't have a rocket ship, little did I know that this trip would insist in launching me into an abyss that would take me the next 30 years to escape or dismiss, and the aftermath of this abyss has left my heart with an undesirable paralysis up until this very day. What a ride. You said we were going on a special trip, and I knew that meant a lot of walking or long bus rides because we didn't have a ride, but you got no whining from my lips because all of our previous trips together, mommy, were perfect. It was me and my mommy and me. And as far as this kid was concerned, that's all a 5-year-old would ever need. I mean, I heard about a daddy, seen one on TV. Maybe those were out of stock when it came to me, but it didn't matter because our trips together, mommy, were perfect. I remember the walking wouldn't seem as long as you would sing. And with your most beautiful voice, you would sing your most favorite song of choice. If anybody asks you where I'm going, where I'm going soon. I remember vaguely the special trips you made before, like the one you made by yourself. You left me alone in an apartment when I was 4. Or they tell me about the trip when I was 2. When I was 2, why wouldn't you take me with you? I don't remember the length of that trip, but my long crying made the nosy neighbors nervous. Before I got acclimated with social media, I was well acquainted with social services, and maybe they did me a disservice because they let me back in your care again. You told me they said I can keep you if I promise to take my medicine. Well, are you going to keep that promise, Mommy? You said we were going on a special trip, and while I was ill-equipped for the trips you took on your own, any trip I took with you was all right with me, because with you I was never alone, because our trips together, Mommy, were perfect, weren't they? One day we were traveling. There was a familiar horn I heard before. It was a car of a family that took care of me when I was 4. When you were not taking your medicine, Mommy. They honked, I waved, you swatted my hand down and said, you won't be seeing that family anymore. That felt sad, because that family had a mommy, 2 sisters, and a dad. That family had a dad. Oh well, anyway, at the beginning and end of the day, it didn't matter because any trip with my mommy was perfect. I wonder where my mommy will take me next. You know, the trust of a child is so pure. If we could just bottle it, it could be the spiritual cure for the deficiency of hope, love, and forgiveness, because a child's forgiveness is innocently consistent and even insistent. But the moment that trust is gravely violated, that child becomes broken with the quickness. Little did I know that I was arriving at my breaking point. We arrived at a bus station. We'd been walking for so long, I wanted to lay down. Dogs on both sides of buses. I think they called them greyhounds. I've never been to this place before. Mommy, where are we going? Not even knowing of the nearby abyss up yonder. I'm going on a special trip. Yay, a special trip. Wait. Did she say I'm? I am going on a special trip, she said with a mommy smile. And I'll be gone for a little while, but guess what, baby? I'm going to go find your dad and bring him back to you so that we can be a family. And this lady sitting next to you, well, she will take care of you while I'm gone. Don't worry, baby, I won't be long. If you want to know where I'm going, where I'm going soon. It was soon to be a dark moon for me as my eyes stayed tuned, locked into my mommy up yonder as she turned around to wave goodbye, stepping onto a bus. I didn't make a sound. I did not cry. Why did I not cry? I guess I was too preoccupied with wonder. Was my mommy really going to bring me back a dad? And just who is this lady I never met? We hadn't even spoke yet. And at that moment, I guess I should be upset, not knowing I'm moments away from this abysmal set up. But as I reenact this, I suppose back then I was mentally distracted. I mean, A dad is something I never had, and at that point never knew I needed, but I conceded that having a daddy and my mommy would make me glad. At least that's what they tell you on TV. So I guess staying with this lady that I've never seen before, maybe that can't be that bad. So I watched my mommy's bus drive away, going up yonder. But wait, that lady was supposed to be taking care of me is now nowhere to be seen. Has she gone away? Where did she go? I wondered as she left me alone at the bus station to ponder, how did my mommy leave me? And how do you articulate the feeling of a 5-year-old soul internally bleeding? Without hesitation, my life had been squandered. Mom's put me asunder, and with this abyss awaiting, I could not help but cry out in fear and wonder. I guess it's no wonder that this was the last time I would cry like that again. Can anybody tell me where I'm going? How could my mommy leave me? And how does a 5-year-old articulate when his soul is internally bleeding? Without hesitation, my life had been squandered. Mom's put me asunder, and with this abyss awaiting, I could not help but cry out in fear and wonder. I guess it's no wonder that this was the last time I'd cry like that ever again. Can anybody tell me where I'm going? Way before the day my mother died, my soul cried. For the very last time, my soul cried. That day, my mom walked away. She sent me on a special trip into a dismal abyss. The testimony, I'm able to face one of the most horrific things that ever happened in my life, and I don't have any tears. And it didn't happen overnight. When I started confronting my issues, when I started writing them down, when I started dealing with uncomfortable and painful places, over the course of time, I found healing. I want to encourage you to do the same. Take heed to my instructions. Get professional help. Ideally, if you are a person that believes in Christ, find a therapist that believes in Christ. Now, again, that's just me and my concerns as a pastor. It's been decades, and you still feel the same way you felt as if the moment happened yesterday. Get professional help. And then when you find the courage, just start writing a little bit. If it's too much, if it's too painful, stop. But don't stop permanently. Go back to it. Write again. Read back what you wrote. Slow steps. But the goal is for you to be comfortable being uncomfortable. The goal is for you to be able to endure the pain until the point comes where it no longer hurts anymore. And I believe that for you. I'm praying that for you so that you, like me, no longer have to stay in any type of dismal abyss. All right, God bless y'all. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for another It's Me, Uncle E video coming soon. Bye-bye.